Macy Gray is a singer and songwriter from America. She studied singing because actually she had started writing songs and wanted to be a songwriter. And she went to a demo session where some of her songs were going to be recorded. The singer who was supposed to turn up didn't, so she was persuaded to sing. So initially she was not convinced that she had a voice for singing. Her debut album came out in 1999 and became a worldwide hit, and she has followed that up with 9 more albums. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was Macy Gray's debut album, and unlike many of the albums that I've been reviewing for this series, I actually know this somewhat. I've had a copy of it for quite a few years. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm hugely familiar with it, because I do have quite a lot of music, but I have listened to it occasionally over the years. So to describe it, it's definitely, I would say, in the soul area. I'm never really sure about the distinction between soul and R&B. If anybody wants to tell me what that is in the comments, I'd love to know. But I would describe this as being funky soul. So the thing that I think characterizes it musically is that it's got some really nice grooves, and it's probably got more than a normal kind of gospel-y feel for this kind of soul and R&B. And certainly at this point in time, say in the 90s, soul was starting to go down that kind of hip-hop route, and this really isn't that kind of thing. It doesn't sound like it's got samples, and it's just a nice groovy feel. There's quite a lot of organ in it, as in Hammond style organ that's used really well, which gives it a really nice texture. And she has a distinctive voice, so I find it hard to describe different voices and the distinctiveness of it. For some reason, the term light grey gravel comes to mind. I don't know why that is. I'm very slightly synesthetic, so that might have an effect there. The good news is that for these video reviews, I can actually demonstrate a bit of what it's like with my clips that I have at the beginning and the end. So hopefully I don't need to do too much description. Most of the songs are about love and life. There's some that are not quite. There's a song, I've Committed Murder, which is probably my favourite song on the album, which is kind of like a story song about somebody who'd stuck up for a boyfriend who was badly treated by their boss. And I think that the story is that they killed the boss in the process. Justifiable homicide, I think you might call it. There's a song, the last song on the album is called The Letter, which I haven't dug as deeply as maybe I should, but maybe about a suicide letter. The song Sexomatic Venus Freak, you can probably work out for yourself roughly what that kind of thing is. There is a certain amount of stuff on the album that is to do with the sexy side of relationships now. So there's, again, predominantly in R&B and soul, there's been a thing about enabling women under the guise of basically being very sexually promiscuous in terms of the messages, and in terms of dressing in inappropriate ways for young girls and things like that. So I think that the messages surrounding sex on this album are considerably better than some messages that you'll get. So decent. Mostly, however, I'd say the reason why I like this album is the music. I like her voice. I'm not necessarily digging that deep into the lyrics, but it's nice kind of groovy music to have on. So I like it. And what do you think? Please talk to me through the comments box. That's it from me for now.